No one could have predicted what happened in the federal courthouse in New York that morning. Out of nowhere, Brad Pitt, Hollywood royalty, the star of Fight Club and C7N, walked in without a single bodyguard or press handler. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't acting. And in his hand was something that would shake the foundations of the entire entertainment industry. A steel briefcase handcuffed to his wrist. Courtroom attendees whispered. Some gasped. Even the judge paused. Insider leaks began flooding social media within minutes. Whatever was inside that case, it wasn't just about defending someone, it was about exposing something far more dangerous. Because Brad Pitt wasn't here to save himself. He was here to bring down Sean Diddy Combs and, more terrifyingly, to find his missing friend, Leonardo DiCaprio. By that day, the trial had already spiraled into something far darker than anyone expected. Diddy was charged with human trafficking, conspiracy, sexual exploitation, and extortion. And while the media had been busy covering leaked footage, old freak-off party testimonies, and statements from former assistants, nothing prepared them for this moment. 4 weeks of grueling witness testimonies had already painted a disturbing picture. Allegations linked to Cassie Ventura, secret settlements, and an eerily detailed report on how young women were lured into his orbit with false promises and never seen again. But this case wasn't about what Diddy did to his girlfriends or industry rivals anymore. It had just become a race against time, because Leonardo DiCaprio had vanished. 1 month before Brad's court appearance, Leonardo DiCaprio disappeared. Just gone. No press, no appearances, no tweets, no sightings. His family reported him missing, but the police stayed vague. Rumors whispered of a mental breakdown or secret rehab. But Brad Pitt knew better. In his sworn testimony, Brad said Leo had been gathering evidence against Diddy for years, ever since a disturbing incident at the 2012 Cannes premiere for Pitt's own film. According to Mia, Diddy's former assistant Leo had witnessed something that night. Something involving Cassie Ventura. Something he never forgot. Brad told the court, "Leo never vanishes without a plan. He's meticulous. Something was wrong. Deeply wrong." And then one night, a package arrived on Brad's doorstep. No return address. Brad played the USB. On it was a grainy, shaky video. In it, Leonardo DiCaprio sat tied to a metal chair, his face bruised, lip cracked, shirt torn. The room was dim, concrete, like a cellar or a hidden basement. A voice, distorted and cold, spoke. "Prepare 10 million in 48 hours, contact the police, and he dies." Leo struggled to lift his head, his eyes pleading. A flicker of desperation, but also hope. Before Brad could even act, his phone rang. Unknown number. Against his instincts, he picked up. "Brad, they have me. They have no plans to let me live. They want to silence everyone. Protect my family. Everything's in the steel box. You have to get it before they do." The call cut, and just like that, Brad Pitt stepped out of Hollywood and into a real-life thriller. Brad followed Leo's directions to an old house in Topanga Canyon, where Leo used to retreat from fame. There, hidden in the basement, was a metal box inside an old electric cabinet sealed with a fingerprint lock. Brad still remembered the code. Leo had shared it with him drunkenly years ago. Inside was a nightmare. Brad said in court, "I've acted in thrillers, but I was not prepared for what I saw. I vomited, I shook, this was not fiction." He didn't wait. He copied the files, backed them up in a safe behind his fireplace. Then, with everything he had, he came to court. The court fell silent. The judge nodded. Brad handed over the drive, and the screen flickered to life. The courtroom watched in horrified silence as the evidence spilled across the screen. File 1. The Purge Order. A 12-minute recording from a 2020 meeting in the Cayman Islands. Diddy's voice is unmistakable. "If you want this empire to stand, no one who talks gets to live." He names actors, journalists, whistleblowers, including Leonardo DiCaprio. File 2. The Sacrifice Ceremony. Footage from a Paris wine cellar in 2021. Diddy, in a black cloak, reads a twisted scripture aloud to a masked crowd. A young woman lies bound on a stone altar. Leo's phone recorded it all, shaky, terrifying. Alongside it, Leo's journal. "He has footage of me. He said if I speak, he'll come for my mom. I can't carry this anymore, but if you're reading this, I tried. File 3. Project Babylon. A 200-page dossier of a global trafficking operation. Contracts, photos, maps, private jet manifests, names of victims, gift lists to elite donors, satellite photos of Diddy's private island, featuring a section labeled The Glass Cage. One line chilled the entire room. After use, take them to the furnace, leave no trace. As the files played, the courtroom cracked. Diddy's daughter wept and ran out. Jurors covered their mouths. One courtroom artist described the mood as suffocating. Diddy sat, fists clenched, jaw tight, eyes burning, not just with fear, but fury. Brad described how he'd almost been tricked, how someone posing as a police officer told him to destroy the original USB for his safety. But Leo had warned him. They'll try to erase it all. By keeping a backup, Brad may have saved the entire case. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, struck back hard. He mocked Brad's profession. This is an actor, a man who lives for stories. How do we know this isn't fiction? He accused Pitt of chasing headlines, of fabricating a grand tale for sympathy and screen time. But the prosecution wasn't fazed. Every file, every video, every audio clip was authenticated, verified by digital forensics, metadata checks, and timestamps. The jury watched as the truth crushed the spin. And when Adam Sandler's pre-recorded testimony was played describing Diddy's manipulation and secret blackmail tapes, everything came together. The case had evolved into something much bigger than one man. It had become a look behind Hollywood's golden curtain. As Brad stepped down from the witness stand, he said something that silenced the entire room. "Your Honor, this isn't about revenge. It's about rescue. My friend is out there, and he's running out of time." The judge nodded solemnly. A federal emergency search order was filed for Leonardo DiCaprio. Multiple agencies would be involved, but the clock is ticking. This trial, this moment, might define whether power and money can still bury the truth, or whether courage, even from unlikely places, can drag it into the light. Brad Pitt risked everything. His reputation, his safety, his peace. Why? To save a friend. To right a wrong. To fight a man many say was. Just when the court thought they had seen the worst, another encrypted folder was unlocked live by federal tech analysts. Inside, security footage from Diddy's own cloud account, retrieved using credentials obtained during the March 2024 federal raid on his compound. One video clip stood out, a surveillance feed showing Diddy speaking with a group of masked individuals in a luxury garage beneath his Los Angeles estate. The audio was clear. "That journalist's getting bold. If he keeps poking around, make it look like a car accident. No mess, no loose ends." A hush fell over the courtroom. It wasn't just about trafficking or parties anymore. It was about control, blackmail, and potential assassinations. The tapes revealed more names, bloggers, assistants, even actors, who were watched, followed, and intimidated into silence. And one of those names was Brad Pitt himself. From inside Leo's hidden steel box, investigators also recovered a weathered, folded piece of paper. It was a handwritten list in Leonardo DiCaprio's unmistakable script. The heading, "If I go missing, who to trust and who to expose." The names were shocking. Some were victims, coded with stars next to them. Others, marked with arrows or exclamation points, appeared to be co-conspirators. One name was underlined 3 times: T. Cruz. The gallery gasped. A few names were blurred in the footage shown to the public, protected under gag orders, but one leaked instantly to the press: Jay-Z. While there's no confirmation that everyone on the list was involved, it was clear Leo believed the network extended far beyond Diddy. Then came the most unexpected twist. While the courtroom recessed for lunch, U.S. Marshals reportedly received a call from a restricted satellite number traced to the Caribbean. It was garbled, broken, but the voice sounded eerily familiar. "I'm alive. Tell Brad, tell my mom I'm okay. Glass, cage, it's underground. They move us often." The courtroom exploded with speculation. News outlets camped outside the building. Find Leo began trending worldwide. While the call's origin was still under analysis, one thing was certain. Someone matching Leo's voice was reaching out, confirming that he might still be alive and trapped. The judge ordered an immediate subpoena of security records from Diddy's Caribbean property portfolio. And the FBI? they were already in the air. In the final hour of the session, the prosecution revealed they had obtained a new cooperating witness, a celebrity who had once attended Diddy's exclusive parties but vanished from public life in 2022. The surprise name? Shia LaBeouf. His statement, submitted under seal, alleged that he had once been invited to a ritual party through a well-known producer, not realizing what he was walking into. He fled before anything happened, but Diddy allegedly recorded his reaction, then used it to blackmail him into silence. Shia's final note read, "I lost roles. My team was threatened. I spiraled after that night. But if Leo had the courage to expose it, I can too." This wasn't just a federal trial anymore. It had become a reckoning, a high-stakes battle between truth and the machinery of silence, between the stories we've been sold and the horrors buried behind the curtain. This case isn't just about Diddy, it's about the shadow world behind fame, the silence that costs lives, and the courage it takes to speak when no one else will. Leonardo DiCaprio is still missing. The files are real, the evidence is damning. The question is, will justice come in time? And you, watching this video, which side will you stand on? The silence or the truth? Subscribe to follow this trial to the end. In the next video, we uncover the full blacklist Leo left behind and the other stars who may be at risk, because the truth is just beginning to surface.